What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Fallout 76 video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys 5 of the fastest and just overall best events / quests that you can get in Fallout 76 that will help you get a lot of legendaries and a lot of XP really quickly. In the meantime, if you are looking for some dope Fallout 76 items such as legendary weapons, you can always check out U4GM, their link will be in the description. And finally, if you guys do go on to enjoy this video or just find it helpful, make sure you subscribe, and if you're feeling generous, hit the notification button so you guys can be here first for all the new Fallout 76 content. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Alright everybody, so this first one is an event called AWOL Armaments. This can be found in the Cranberry Bog, but it can also spawn at the Robka Research Center. Granted, I haven't really seen it there that often. I pretty much only see it at the Cranberry Bog, but I would say overall, this event actually is pretty common. All you have to do to actually start up this quest is just go talk to the Sergeant Gunsey, and then from that point, he'll have you go ahead and initiate the recall by just pressing this button, and after pressing that button, you'll then face off against 3 waves of military-grade robots, who will then obviously try to kill you. But what's cool about this is that each wave is sort of accompanied by a captain, and that captain is a legendary enemy. So from this event alone, you have the ability to get 3 legendary weapons, on top of a lot of XP, because these enemies are Mr. Gutsy's Robo Brain, so they do have a lot of XP. One thing I do want to note, if you are a lower level, I would recommend either bringing a friend or bringing a lot of stim packs and some good armor on this event, because these Colonel Gutsy's and Robo Brains are probably one of the most damage spongy enemies in the game, so they're just going to absorb a ton of damage, and it's going to take forever to actually kill them if you're not that, have a really powerful build. As you can see, this Power Fist, takes 2 or 3 times to actually kill them, and I'm level like 40 something in this gameplay. For sure, though, make sure you check this event out if you do see it just on your map when you're walking through the game or anything like that, because it's definitely been one of my go-tos for a while. This next event I'm sure some of you have already heard of, but this event is called Uranium Fever. This can only be found at the Blackwater Mine. It's located just right of White Springs, if you know where that is. But in my case here, I was lucky enough to actually have a Scorch Beast help me along with this quest. Normally, this does not spawn here, but to actually just initiate the quest, all you have to do is just go talk to the worker next to the actual mine itself. Go talk to him, and after that, you can go ahead and advance into the mine, and then you'll have to actually protect a set of uranium extractors from a whole bunch of waves of mole miners. After you activate that terminal right there, the mole miners will then begin to spawn in waves, and obviously then you can go ahead and kill them, getting a ton of XP, and these mole miners can be legendary as well, so all the way up to 3-star legendaries you can get from this. Now, earlier I did mention that you could get black titanium as well here. Now, that is actually obtained through killing the mole miners, and they can drop a mole miner suit, which whenever you take that to a workbench, you scrap that down, and that can be turned into black titanium to then, create some power armor. So if you do this quest start to finish, you can encounter up to 3 mole miner bosses, which are going to be legendary, so then you have 3 chances at least at getting a legendary weapon or a legendary piece of armor. This is one of the OG spots. A lot of people probably already know about this one, but this is always a great location. I had to put it in the video or else it just simply wouldn't be accurate. And, if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely go to this place if you see it on your map. This next one is one of my favorites. This event is called One Violent Night. This can only be found in the Savage Divide, and what this actually is once you go to this place and activate the event, basically what you have to do is play instruments to attract a Night Stalker, and what the Night Stalker actually is a glowing Wendigo that essentially just killed the whole town. Now, one thing before doing this, when you spawn in here, there will already be a ton of ghouls. Sometimes there will be super mutants, but most of the time it's ghouls. There'll be a ton of them that spawn in here that you'll actually need to kill first before even trying to attempt to play music. Trust me, I found out the hard way. You'll need to continue to play this instrument until you have reached 100% on that little bar, and then once you have reached 100%, your screen does this weird contrast thing, and then a whole bunch of ghouls will spawn in, as well as that Wendigo, also known as the Night Stalker, and that Wendigo will actually be a legendary one, so you can continue to kill him, and then hopefully get a good legendary weapon. One thing I will say that if you actually kill him without weapons, you will actually get a better reward. Obviously, that's easier said than done, but if you do it with a weapon, you get 250 experience points and 30 caps, but if you do it without a weapon unarmed, you actually get 300 experience points and 40 caps. So is that extra 10 caps worth it? You tell me. But if you haven't checked out this place yet, definitely go ahead and give it a look. This place is amazing for farming, just because right when you get here, you're going to be fighting ghouls, and once you spawn on the Night Stalker, you're going to be killing even more ghouls, and this place is just amazing if you're looking for a lot of action. This next location you can find all over the map. These are the Horde events, and essentially what these are is a search and destroy event. Actually, I don't even know why I called it a search and destroy event. Pretty much every mission in this game is a search and destroy event. But basically what you got to do is go ahead and just kill 3 of these like random enemies that are right here. They can be, ghouls, super mutants, wolves. Doesn't really matter what they are, but the third one is always going to be a leader, which is going to be a 3-star legendary. So every one of these events, you have a guaranteed chance of getting to kill a 3-star legendary. And the greatest thing about these is this quest literally takes like 5 seconds to do, guys. Once you find the Horde, you kill them, and then you're done. You get the weapon, and then you're out. Now, there is one catch to doing this event. Unfortunately, you're only going to be getting legendary, pieces of armor and weapons only up to level 5. That's just kind of sucks just how this event is, but this is great for farming at lower levels, or if you're wanting to start a new character, farming some good weapons that you'll have ready to actually use in the future for, doing a future build. This is absolutely great for low levels. This next event is an honorable mention. This is called Heart of the Swamp. It can only be found in the mire, but pretty much all throughout the mire you can find it. And essentially what your goal is to do is destroy this like little strangler heart thing that is sort of summoning these mirelurk things and different swamp creatures to actually, come and kill you. And while you're killing it, it's actually going to clamp up and actually not let you like kill it. So you have to go and defend against waves of Scorched or different other mire creatures, pretty much a plethora of different enemies. And not only that, but after you kill the heart, it actually spawns in a mirelurk queen that you then have to fight. Throughout this event, you have a chance to get a variety of different legendary enemies and a ton of XP on top of the additional 350 XP you get for actually completing this. The final event that we're going to be talking about is Monster Mash. Now, I've talked about this in past videos, so I'm not going to go insanely in depth on this, but this is one of the events and locations that I sort of kind of swear by in this game. This quest only spawns at Watoga High School, but this is a really common one. Pretty much every game I'm in, I see this quest just pop up randomly, and pretty much every time I go ahead and do it. So essentially what your goal is here is to put on a mask and essentially just run around and pick up candy. But while you're picking up candy, there is going to be endless waves of ghouls spawning in that are going to, try to stop you from doing that, but you're going to go ahead and kill them and make your way through and kind of just obliterate everything in your path. And since this is endless, you don't have to leave the game to server hop or anything like that to actually have them spawn in again. You continue to just repeat this quest over and over and over again until you are satisfied with the amount of enemies you killed and got enough XP, or you're just sitting there farming for legendary weapons for hours and hours. And if you do this with a friend, it's sort of like a competition. Basically, whoever has the most candy at the end is going to win, and then they are awarded some prizes. Most of it is Halloween candy, and that Halloween candy can actually be turned in for prizes. And guess what? Some of those prizes are actually legendary weapons, which is kind of cool. So you can kind of, attack 2 things at once here. And, while you're working towards Halloween candy, you're also killing ghouls, which is, possibly, hopefully legendary. So hopefully you can get 2 legendaries at once here. Other than that, that is pretty much all I have for today's video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, why not consider subscribing if you're not already? And then if you're feeling even more generous, go ahead and hit that notification button to be here first for all of that new Fallout 76 content. But without further ado, guys, I will go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Bye.